How you doing, Capricorn? This is a reading for November. For the month of November, sorry. I have already shuffled these cards like crazy before I started the video, so I'm just going to do a couple more shuffles and then we're going to get stuck into the reading. So what's happening for Capricorns in the month of November? So Capricorn, the month of November, you are emotionally fulfilled, I feel like. Possibly, maybe. Hold on, let's not get too carried away here. I feel like you're sitting on your throne here. I feel like emotionally you've probably gone through a bit of a crazy one these last couple of weeks. And I think that with the King of Cups here, I'm really drawn to the fact that he has bare feet. And it's almost like I feel like the King of Cups here wants to get his feet wet. Because you can see obviously around him is water. So I feel like Capricorn in the month of November, I feel like you could be getting your feet wet when it comes to your emotions. You could be like dipping your feet into like an emotional pool here. So I don't know whether that's going to be relationship wise. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know if it's going to be work wise. Whatever it is has got to do with how you feel. Maybe it's a water sign, you know, water. It could be a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer. Sorry, my mind went blank then. That you're dealing with when it comes to your emotions. So maybe you're trying to like dip your toe in the water to see maybe what this person may be actually like. But I feel like your overall energy is like you're willing to dip your water in just to see. And I know that Capricorn, for some reason, I don't know why I pick up on this a lot with Capricorn, is that you seem quite like stush. And I mean stush by a sense like really just put together and not really... I don't feel like you like to dip your toe in to get your feet wet very often. But I feel like for whatever reason in November, you're quite open to that idea. So it could be that, you know, you're trying to explore more of your emotions. It could be in the month of November. Whatever it is, it's all heart-based. Whatever it is going to bring you a lot of confidence. And it's also going to help you when it comes to like your truth and the way that you communicate. So it could be that maybe you're going from a very like... very surface-based way of communicating, and you're going to kind of like take it to a deeper level where you start speaking from the heart. And I feel like it might be like dusting away the cobwebs for you. But just know that although it might feel a little bit awkward for you, Capricorn, know that with like the yellow drape cloth, whatever this is that he's wearing here, just know that it's going to bring forward a lot more confidence. It's almost like dipping your feet in the water is almost kind of like it's giving you that confidence to be more authentic in how you express yourself. Like it's going to be, the way you express yourself feels like it's going to be more kind of like heartfelt and heart-based rather than like head, shoulders, like above, you know, very like logical. I feel like it's going to be very more like a heart-based way of communication for you guys. Or emotionally, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening for you. And I feel like you're going to be okay with that because you just want to have a little taste of what everything is, you know. When it comes to like your work and finance, I feel like for you guys, you could be in a job where like... there's a lot of like dirty stuff happening behind the scenes. You know, like some jobs, there's like just a... It feels like there's a lot of clicks, you know, like you have like your, I don't know what, to be honest, I've just always been a weirdo, so I don't actually know what kind of cliques there are, but I know that people can be very cliquey and very like separated and groupy. And I think that in your workplace, it might be like that at the moment. And I think that, oh, very interesting. You're wearing the same colours though. You're blue, and you're yellow, and you're yellow. Very interesting. Only this time you've got your shoes on and you're ready to do one. But it feels like your workplace at the moment can be quite toxic. And I feel like you could be a part of like, I don't feel like you're intentionally a part of this deception, but I feel like they're trying to bring you into this situation that involves deception. And I think that for you, like if this is you here, which it clearly is with the same colours and stuff, I feel like you've just had enough and you're quite willing to pick up your shit and leave. It's like you know you deserve better than what you've got at the moment. And as much as you love maybe the area that you're working in, whether it be location or whether it be the actual job that you love, it's just not working for you. The people aren't right. The environment, the vibe is off, and you're not really about the drama. You come there to work. You come there to make your money. You come there to you come there to be professional. You're not there to be like the bitching queen, or like to be some kind of like social butterfly. You're there to do what you're there to do, and it seems like there's just a whole bunch of drama that may be going on at work, and you're just not really feeling it. And like I said already, you're quite happy to pick your shit up and leave. Like if it comes to your door, I feel like you're quite happy to say, you know what, fuck this, let me just get my stuff and I'm just going to leave. It's like, who wants to go? It's like life already has a lot of ups and downs. Who wants to have to go into work and deal with this bullshit? Nobody. You want to go to work, you want to do what you love doing, you want to make your money, and you want to come home, and then you just want to continue living your life. You ain't got time to have drama at work. Nobody's got time for it. Well, especially you, Capricorn, this month. So I feel like work-wise in the month of November, Capricorn, I think that you're quite ready to say, do you know what? I'm getting my stuff and I'm out. I can't be dealing with the drama. When it comes to the way you're communicating, your thought process, you're in a really good space of like, it's like that so above, so below, so within, so without. It's almost like there's a balance, and I feel like you're quite balanced in the way that you're communicating at the moment. And I think that because you're quite balanced, you're very able to manifest quite quickly. Like if you leave this job here, you'll get another job pretty much like straight away. You're in that kind of energy, and I feel like you're in that energy because you're very balanced. You feel like a very balanced kind of energy in the month of November. I don't know if you're always like that, but in the month of November, you're communicating from a whole different place, and that vibration that you're hitting right now is bringing forth like a lot of good opportunities. And because you're speaking it, it's like you're speaking it into existence. When it comes to your plan of action, it's all about unions. And I like that for Capricorn, because I feel like sometimes Capricorn, when you're more in like your lower vibration, you're kind of like, can't be fucked with anything. But I feel that in the month of November, your plan of action is to make connections with people, to not just any old connections. We're not talking just like Bob down the road that, whatever, has no point. I mean, he has a point, poor Bob. But I mean, it's like for where you're going, Capricorn, you're making connections with the right people that are going to help you in the long run. And I feel like that's coming from a place where, what I was saying earlier about the way you're communicating, it's almost like what you're putting out there is actually starting to happen. So the fact that something feels like it's rattling, I think it's my table. So if you can hear that and it's really loud, I apologise. But yeah. The plan of action for the month of November is to make those connections. Maybe that's why you're dipping your feet in. Maybe usually you're quite like, nah, I got this, I can do this on my own. Whereas the month of November, and you know this because you're slap bang in the middle trying to dip your toe in, that it's all about connection. It's all about finding the right people. It's not about just connecting with just whoever, whatever, just for the sake of it. The connections that you're going to be making are going to be very useful in more ways than one. Whether it's they become your new friends, partner, boss, whatever the connection is, you're networking. You're networking in the month of November, and it could be a relationship. It could be that, you're taking that next step into that relationship with someone or people. relationship doesn't have to be, you know, just like a partner. It can be with whoever. But the connections that you're doing right now, they're going to end up helping you in the long run. When it does come to your emotions and your relationships, it's almost like, I want to say that this is just referring to one person, but I feel like your relationships in general at the moment are suffering. And I think it's because that you're so, it's almost like you, like I see this as you here. It's like you're turning your back on these people. And by doing that, it's like you've upset these people, and that's fine. You know, if you're trying to grow and you feel like certain people are holding you back, of course you want to expand. You want to let go of what's holding you back, and you want to be able to like accelerate going forward, and that's fine. But at what cost are you doing this? Are you doing this in the highest vibration, or are you just literally just fucking people off? Are you just like, you know what, fuck you out? Or are you coming at this from like a highest perspective and kind of saying, do you know what, we're kind of done here, you know, like the talk, you know, like you're not ghosting people. It's like you're telling people, but how are you telling those people? It's like at the moment you're just hurting feelings, and it's kind of like, for what reason? What is the reason for hurting people's feelings? And the thing is, I feel like these two people that are walking away hurt, I think the reason why they are so hurt is because those are actually probably really good people. It's almost like if you look at what they're wearing, like if we go off colour vibration on its own, blue is connected to the throat chakra. So it's almost like these people have been truthful with you from day one. And it's almost like you've just kind of like taken your shit and you've kind of just gone, do you know what, I don't really want this anymore. I want to just like move forward. I'm trying to look for something new. I'm not happy with this at the moment. And it's just like you've just taken your stuff and you're just like, okay, I'm out. But all the while, these are the people that have been truthful with, like, these are the people that have been honest with you. These are the people that have stuck by you through whatever you've been going through. So the fact that you're kind of ready to turn your back on them, it's kind of like, what did they do? Did they do something? Are you just over the relationships? Like, what is it that's actually happening? I think you need to really think about what is going on here. And I go back to the fact that we've got the King of Cups here in the middle with his feet ready to be dipped in that water of emotion. I think it's time to apply that same emotion to your relationships. I think when it comes to relationships, you're very headspaced and you try and apply logic to something that's illogical. You can't measure your emotions with your mind. That's just impossible. You'll never find the words to explain how you feel about someone. You'll never find the words, because how you feel is limitless. You can't, words are very limiting. Like there's only so much you can do with a word. So it's almost like, if you want to dip your feet in anywhere, dip your feet into the people that have been there supporting you from day one. Dip your feet in there and figure out what is happening with your relationships and why it's happening that way. Don't just like pack up and go, do you know what, I can't be bothered. Is there a valuable reason for why you're doing that? Is there a reason why you're turning these people away? What is actually happening in your relationship situation? I also feel like for a very small group of people, Capricorns, I feel like there's a very small group of you that may have been dating a couple of people, and I feel like you're at a place now where you just can't be bothered with the hassle, and you've just kind of said to these people, do you know what, I'm not in the right place to date at the moment, so I'm breaking it off with you. And they've kind of gone off and they're upset and stuff, but that's fine, because if you're not ready to date, you're not ready to date. That's absolutely fine. But when it comes to your other relationships, like your family and your friends and stuff, really look at look at it from an emotional sense rather than like a headspace sense. Because while you think you're being like, you know, you're doing something useful, you could actually be doing something quite harmful. Maybe not intentionally, but these people are walking away and they're upset, and we just want to know why, you know. So if you want to know more about this relationship situation, if you're going to dip your feet in anywhere, dip your feet into your relationships and figure out what the fuck is going on there, because it looks kind of harsh. You know, I mean, let's look at this here, if you can see it. These two people are literally just like walking away, heartbroken, and you're just like, oh well. And that's fine. I can be like that too. I can be like that too. But when I do it, there's a reason. I don't just do it for the fun of it. So it's kind of like, what is the reason? What is happening here? So Capricorn, in the month of November, it's all about dipping your toes in your emotions and figuring out where you are. It's all about feeling confident in your emotion. It's almost like you're not used to feeling certain things, but it's almost like the month of November is literally going to be the month of feeling things you're not usually trying to feel. Work, it could be a matter of, you know, you're ready to move on. It's all about networking. But the most important thing that I feel for November when it comes to Capricorn is the fact that you want to dip your feet into your emotions and figure out what's happening emotionally. And I think that's great, because when we move from a heart space, we move from our soul. And when we move from our soul, we're living our highest vibrations. So Capricorn, in the month of November, dip your toe in, get a little wet, see what's going on. And yeah, I hope November's a great month for you guys. And I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.